Hello, I'm here with the Digitakt 2. Elektron added sample slicing to the Digitakt 2. So the function and process is very similar to that of the original Digitakt. After updating, you'll see that there's an additional option on the machine page. So I have slice selected for all of my tracks right now. Depending on the genre, there's of course so many different ways of using this function. You could of course just drop in like a full break and chop it up to your liking. This video goes a step deeper than that. So every element from this groove is a long sample. So kick, bass, mid bass sort of thing, break, hi-hats, more hi-hats, and another perk over top of that. Let's play them all together at the same time. That's what they all sound like together. So the genre of this groove is definitely like straight ahead raw techno. We're gonna be using the slice machine to maybe change things around a little bit, potentially even jump into a different genre depending on the rhythms that we use. Just a few other compartments of the Digitakt 2 before looking into that. Well, actually, it's technically just one compartment, the Digitakt 2's glorious mixer, which has 5 pages. This is a really powerful mixer. The Master Overdrive, let me just give you a before and after of this. So obviously, there's a big gain switch here as well, but the overdrive just pumps everything up. So that's a one knob type deal, right? And then we'll go over to our compressor page as well. On the compressor page, these are practically the default settings. The attack and release are default. And then the makeup gain, I brought it down a little bit, maybe to like 3-ish dB threshold. So I'm just kind of shaving a little bit off the top. And we'll give a before and after mix of this as well. So let's bring that compression to 0. This is dry. And then if you listen closely, maybe around 70-80%. That's where the pump really comes in. Adjust the threshold a little bit. So it's a minute difference, but I think that it makes all the difference. That's something I just wanted to look into. The mixer should not be overlooked. In terms of the groove, where I got these sounds from, these are all multi-track samples from Techno Starters Volume 2, which is a raw techno sample pack from my platform Orbit Music. Orbit Music is filled with production resources, sample packs, preset packs as well, all of which you could of course use in your own productions. And also, if during or after this video you're like, this is the moment, I want to pick up the Digitakt 2, consider using the affiliate link in the description of this video. Using those links is a great support to this channel. So I'll figure out or isolate a few elements within this groove that I for sure know I'm going to want to chop up. This one could be chopped for sure. This definitely, because this is like a break pattern. And I think that this hi-hat too could be chopped as well. So let's just mute the kick along with this thing for now. This like low, mid, perky kind of thing. Maybe add some sample rate reduction to that perk thing to make it stick out a little bit more. We'll set this up to be chopped. So we're on the sample page, hit yes, and then from here, create slice grid. I know that this is a long sample. I'm pretty sure it's 64 steps. We're gonna cut it into something odd, like maybe 48 perhaps. See what that gives us. Yes, so now it's been chopped. If you wanna zoom in, you could do that here with the F encoder. From there, you can see what each of these slices sounds like. If I want to be super precise with which slice I add onto which step, I could do that. Let's say here, scroll through the slice that you want to add and just throw it in there. Right, so I'm kind of doing this randomly right now. Let's say I want the Digitakt to generate something for me though. I'm just going to plug in a bunch of random steps here and then select create random locks. Let's see what that sounds like. So that instantly changes it into something completely different. Let's do the same thing with something that's more conventionally chopped with this thing right here, which is a break. Create slice grid. I'm gonna create 16 slices. So these are a little bit bigger slices, as you can see. It's of course worth noting that if you wanna zoom in here and change this a little bit yourself, create a different chop completely, change the position, change the endpoint. You can absolutely do that. I'll hit yes again, create linear locks. From here, I'm just gonna enter in some random steps. Hit yes, create random locks. Let's see this. This has all been generated randomly, but if you want to go onto a specific step, again, you could add a specific slice onto that step. you have that control as well. And of course, you still have control over all of the other amazing parameters that an Electron sequencer offers you. So let's say filter, I want to add a filter onto this one specifically. Change the filter around a little bit. Add the bass in there. Maybe some bit reduction onto that break. So I think that pop snare is coming from this one. But let's say I want that delay to only play the second time through. So trade conditions, make this play the second of 2 times. So let's play that again. We'll take a look at another element that's like very syncopated where there's a lot going on. So this here, make sure that this is unmuted, go over to filter, bring this up a bit. And I want this to be panned as well. Pan this right, and this one to the left. So there's a little bit more space there. So let's say 16 slices and see what happens. Much better. I like what's happening on that beat there. 1, 2. So that's on this step, but it's actually coming from here. So let's bring down the filter on this one. And we could also add some effects to that. What we could do to kind of take this into a completely different genre altogether is chop up the kick. So let's do that. Kick, which I know is 4 on the floor, 64 steps. Go to the sample page. Yes. Create slice grid 64, which is the max amount of slices that you could have. And now I know that it's every single kick has been chopped, basically. And so we could try different rhythms here. I feel like this could be an end of phrase note here, this step 13. So let's change this trade condition to 4th of 4 times. I want something stable, like maybe some hats, perhaps. Okay, we have hats here. Let's play everything else, see what else is happening here. Okay, so these 2 samples we basically haven't touched. These are just as is. As you can see, they're playing just on the downbeats. I'm also hearing a clap on top of this. That is about the busiest group that I've ever made. It's about time sample slicing with the Digitakt 2. Of course, we're only exploring one type of sample chopping using the Digitakt 2. Depending on maybe the style of music that you're producing in, you might want to lean more into editing your own slice points. But yeah, this has been my approach. And now, a word from today's sponsor, DistroKid. If you're watching this video, chances are that you'd like to officially release your music to all major streaming platforms. So first off, why choose DistroKid? They are hands down the most affordable music distribution platform in the game. We're talking like just over 20 bucks a year affordable to release unlimited music. And by the way, on top of that, I also have a discount for you linked in the description of this video. You collect 100% of your streaming royalties with DistroKid, another huge plus, and they're designed specifically for independent artists and producers. How, you may ask? Well, here's a list of tools that they offer that will help you with at least some of the heavy lifting when it comes to promoting your own music independently. For example, there's Hyperfollow, which is a free landing page that I've personally been using for years now across all of my social media. It's similar to a Linktree type of situation where you can lead people to specific pages or maybe different social medias. You can post video content, maybe a link to your latest single, and you can create an unlimited amount of landing pages at no extra cost. DistroKid also offers promo cards, another free tool that you could use to promote your music on social media. So many other features, and again, just over $20 a year. To me, it's a no-brainer if you're looking for a music distributor. Well, now you know where to go. Sign up using the discount linked in the description of this video.